Good evening and welcome to everyone. You join us for this 2020 match between the Kolkata Kits and the Chennai Carvers. I'm Mike Atherton, and with me for this
Looking like a batting paradise out there. Easy decision, and the captain will be hoping the team can get plenty of runs on the board.
Rashid has the privilege of bowling with the new ball. The umpires have signalled that they're ready. Let's get this game underway. Misses out on the first ball of the innings.
Whoa, wide delivery, the nerves are showing already. An interesting way to start an innings.
Oh, nice bowling.
Negated the spin well then. Got nicely on top of the bounce.
Yeah. Doesn't beat the infield.
That would have been a very risky single. In the end, a good decision to stay put.
Yeah.
Exquisitely down on the front foot. A gorgeous looking drive. Could have been worth more.
A new batter always likes to feel bat on ball early on, as they bring a bit of energy to the crease. Good bit of timing there.
Well, that was just textbook. Finds the space and power to lift that ball over the top, and it just keeps going.
Tried for something a bit different the last ball. The captain shouldn't mind that. If they get it right, they might just get the wicket.
Wait there.
Good running. It needed to be as well. Probably closer than they expected.
Finds the edge. And gone. Brilliant catch.
It's the wicket they so desperately wanted. They've removed a real threat before they could get going.
And with that wicket, the new batter will mark their guard. They just need to rotate the strike early on as they get settled. Ahmed, the left armer, is coming on to bowl from the north end.
A bit of shape on the ball as they let it go through. Tailed just a little at the end as it went through to the keeper.
Hey, how's that?
An innings that promised much and really, in the end, delivered very little. Pretty disappointing all round.
It's a long way to walk out here just to walk straight back. They'll just want to get this first one behind them and then push on. Misses everything.
Nice bowling.
A bit of frustration after that shot. Went after it, but just couldn't lay a bat on it.
Brilliant bowling. Having got the edge the previous ball, they now know the areas they need to be hitting. Drives and misses everything.
Well, they never really got in the right position for the drive for that one. A bit of a loose shot in my reckoning.
Time to keep the pressure on now. Great last ball to find the edge. It's just a case of finding the same spot.
Waiting. Yep.
Good piece of fielding to stop some runs.
Got forward well and was able to drive the ball. A lovely shot and good running. No interest in that one from the batter. Ahmed will be wanting to hone in on a better line and length to make them play next time.
Wow, that's missed the lot.
Ahmed with a superb delivery. Got them trying to drive, but messing everything up.
That's the end of a very good over. Good pressure being put on the batters.
Yep.
There'll be one run here for them. Strong appeal.
Yep.
Collects that one, simple as you like inside the ring.
Driven off the front foot. Fantastic cricket shot. Probably expected more there.
Yep.
Catch!
Yep.
Hit bowler!
Well, that could have ended horribly, but very good. Fast running between the stumps gets them home.
Gone, played all around it.
Ball in.
As they head back to the pavilion, they'll be wishing they went about this innings a little differently. Not too much to speak of on the scoreboard.
A lot of pressure coming to the crease. Not had the best of weeks leading up to this game, and will want to show everyone their strength. Beaten on the drive.
Didn't hit that well. Very late playing that shot.
Oi.
That's wild. Nothing elegant about that shot. Just not timing it at all. It's poor play.
Catch it. Yep.
There'll be runs here. Good catch.
Yeah.
Out.
A trudge back to the pavilion. A disappointing display in the end. For someone with such batting skills, this goes... down as a fail.
The team will be after a positive innings from this batter. A great opportunity to come in and put some runs on the board.
A little late on that. No run scored.
Yep.
Nice running between the wickets. Clipping the pads, not the bat though.
Yeah.
Nice shot.
Off the front foot, hit it with all the power and elegance of a batter right at the top of their game.
Well, that was another good over. You can see the frustration growing on the batters.
Catch!
Well placed. Should get a single. Out. Caught.
Just managed to clasp their hands around that one. Disappointment for the batter, joy for the bowler. Another wicket down, this one without scoring.
Nicely played.
That ball has been hit. It's flown into the crowd. To get that much power coming forward on the front foot is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Right out of the middle.
That was a massive shot, middled, and it flew over the boundary. Brilliant stuff.
Yep.
Hit that hard. Nailed it.
That's a brilliantly aggressive shot. Gets onto the front foot, and it's flown over the boundary.
It can be very disheartening seeing good deliveries smacked around. Sometimes you just got to accept it and move on.
Yeah.
Sounded good the moment it hit the bat.
Nearly got through them. Just got onto it in time with enough bat speed to pick up 4. It looked a pretty good delivery, to be honest. Umpire, though, has given it as a wide.
Yep.
Too good. Not sure anyone is going to cut that off.
The fielder could only pick that up off the boundary rope, punch that away through the covers with exquisite timing.
Ahmed from the north end.
Yep.
Right off the middle of the bat.
Not standing on ceremony, this one. Brilliantly timed and flew over the boundary for 6 runs.
Oh, nice bowling.
Confused on what that delivery was meant to be. Terrible bowling.
That's an unbelievable shot into the crowd.
That's what you pay the entrance money for. It's flown into the crowd. A brilliant shot off the front foot. No need to move.
Nice.
Russell got nothing on that as it goes over the rope.
Shouldn't be able to get that many runs without hitting the ball. What is the fielder doing?
Middle that one. Great timing.
Those runs bring up the 50 partnership.
50 comes up between these two. They're starting to form a really strong partnership.
A boundary off the last ball. Is it a sign they're trying to push the run rate? Huge shot. That's a massive shot. Just incredible.
Great shot for 6. Moving along nicely and starting to really build this innings.
That's gone all the way, right out of the middle.
That was a big hit. Incredible power, just incredible. Nothing wrong with the delivery, but it still goes for 6.
Yep.
Gone. Excellent catch, close to the bat.
They've played the most brilliant innings here, which could well have turned this match around. It's certainly entertained this crowd, who's loved every minute of it.
With the fall of that wicket, the new batter comes out to the crease. They're quick to take guard and face up.
Oh, no. Nice bowling.
Super piece of timing.
Lovely shot. Gets on the drive, just powers that over the boundary. Wonderful timing. Maybe they didn't pick it up. Very late on the shot.
Oh my, that's just flown off the middle.
Saw it from the moment it left the hand, latched onto it and given the full treatment.
I'd like to see them aim for the top of off now. As a bowler, you've got to make them play on your terms.
Just need to settle down. The timing's off. These deliveries are there to be hit. Time for cool heads.
Questions will begin to be asked. Should the captain make a change? A big over that one. Too many loose deliveries.
Oh, nice bowling.
Misses out there on the short and wide one.
That's going a long way. What a shot that is.
Yep.
That's what you pay the entrance money for. It's flown into the crowd. A brilliant shot off the front foot. No need to move.
Yep. Nice.
Needs a direct hit.
Bit of a wild delivery. I'd have been calling that wise, but, well, the umpire didn't agree with me.
Flew away with pace. Brilliant timing.
That was timed very, very well. Great shot. Driven down the ground and flew over the boundary.
Absolutely nailed it.
And that's the half century for this batsman.
Well, it's a case of blink and you miss it with this innings. 50 brought up, and what a devastating passage of play it's been.
Wait. Yep.
Good shot. A beauty.
Nothing really wrong with the delivery. Got onto the front foot and found the space to get that one to the boundary.
Ahmad, the left-arm unorthodox bowler, is coming into the attack from the south end.
Yep.
There's a chance if this hits. Gone. Brilliant in the field.
The trudge back to the pavilion. A disappointing display in the end. For someone with such batting skills, this goes down as a fail.
The right-handed batsman is coming in at number 9.
I'd say that was the right shot to choose, but timed it badly. Couldn't get the drive away.
That's right off the meat of the bat.
You give that much width and you're asking for trouble. That was so well timed and flew over the boundary.
Do they go full? Do they go short? A lot to ponder after the boundary. Back go the stumps. Miss the straight ball.
An innings that promised much and really, in the end, delivered very little. Pretty disappointing all round.
New batter comes to the crease. Never an easy time to come in after the fall of a wicket.
For the Kolkata Kids.
Nice solid defensive shot.
Excellent exponent of the slower ball. Can't do anything but defend it.
End of the over, 6 runs coming from it. The Knight Riders are 125 for 8. A new bowler is coming into the attack. That's right out of the middle of the bat.
That's just silly. The power on that shot is incredible. That's the sort of shot you want to see at a cricket match.
Nice. Nice bowling.
Tried to get the drive away, timed it poorly, lucky to survive.
Yep.
That's great fielding. That ball was flying.
Yes, nice bowling.
I'd say it was the right shot to choose, but it was just timed badly. Just couldn't get the drive away.
Great timing, right off the meat of the bat.
Just missed the line, not the worst delivery, but that was dispatched with interest. Everyone just watched that in awe.
End of the over, 13 runs coming from it. The Knight Riders are 138 for 8.
Yep.
That's right out of the middle of the bat.
There was a bit of width on that, and they've climbed into the shot to send it up and over for 6.
Got all of it, and for 6.
Managed to get onto the front foot early, and just incredible power to loft that one over the boundary.
Nice shot, runs possible.
The bat was very late coming down on that.
Goes up and over for 6. That's the positive option.
That one they got hold of. The slow ball didn't work, and it went all the way.
Good bit of timing there.
That was the slow ball, and it didn't fool anyone. Got the timing just right. Beautiful shot.
Straight to the fielder. Runs flowing freely in that over, 24 off it. The Knight Riders are 162 for 8. Going with pace now. Great shot. At least one on offer. Oh, that is a great catch.
An innings that promised much and really, in the end, delivered very little. Pretty disappointing all round.
Johnson comes out to bat in a bit of form, but it'll be interesting to see how they go today.
Nice.
Confused on what that delivery was meant to be. Terrible bowling.
A change to the complexion of this match. Got to get the new batter coming forward early, encouraging them to drive and really attack the stumps.
Nice bowling.
Misses everything.
Johnson shakes their head. It was there to hit, couldn't make the most of it.
Timed that brilliantly.
Well, that's what you pay your entrance money for. It's flown into the crowd. A brilliant shot off the front foot. No need to move.
drives and misses everything.
Well, that's the right shot to choose, but timed it badly. Couldn't get the drive away. That's just a brilliantly aggressive shot. Gets onto the front foot and it's flown over the boundary.
Yeah.
Finds the fielder with that shot.
Got forward and was able to drive the ball. Lovely shot, good running.
Over. The Knight Riders are 176 for 9.
Play. Yes.
Trouble! Oh, gone! We thought it might be a good pitch to bat on at the start of the day, and we were right. It was a long, hard slog from the bowlers, and now it's a big total to chase down. A couple of big partnerships will be required to get these runs.
Waiting.
Collects that one, simple as you like, inside the ring.
Lovely shot to start the innings. Unfortunate they just couldn't find a gap.
Yes.
Ease through the field. There'll be runs here. There'll be one run here for them.
That gets things going. Just nice to get settled, start to get your first runs.
A big opportunity. They've worked hard in recent weeks. They should have the confidence to build an innings and get big runs on the board.
Yep.
Comfortable single if they take it.
Seems slightly odd not just to take the single that was on offer there.
Yep.
Good piece of fielding to stop some runs.
Rashid shakes their head. He was there to be hit but couldn't make the most of it.
Waiting.
Just can't seem to get the ball away. That's the third dot.
Yep.
That's gone. Couldn't ask for an easier catch.
The first wicket is down, back to the pavilion, and disappointment is etched on their face. Can't believe they got out like that.
The right-arm medium bowler is coming on to bowl from the north end.
Yep.
Overstepping, just a little too eager on that delivery.
Always looking to cash in on a free hit. Up to the bowler to come up with something to prevent it happening.
Yes.
Got that away nicely.
just perfection, a majestic shot. You just cannot hit it any better than that. Raced away to the boundary.
Yes.
Well, there was a split second to decide which end to throw to. In the end, it was a poor choice. Really raced between the wickets after it was clipped away nicely behind square.
Yep.
Big edge. Where's that going? Don't need to do anything special. Line and length is the key.
Yes.
Great shot through the gap.
Got forward well and was able to drive the ball. A lovely shot and good running.
Into the gap. Nice shot.
Keeper.
A couple on offer here.
Surprised they didn't go for a third. Would have been a very simple run.
Yep.
Fantastic catch.
Well, this is a fantastic wicket. Kept the runs down. Really didn't get settled. Looked to be in trouble, sadly, for most of the knock.
Going with spin now.
Captain is going with the spinner.
Yep.
Well placed. Should get a single.
That gets things going. Getting your first runs always helps settle the nerves.
Couldn't get it through the field.
Yes.
They'll get at least one.
Yep.
Quick onto that in the infield.
Maybe they didn't pick it up. Very late on that shot.
3 added in that over. The Super Kings are 19 for 2.
Yep, yep.
Head over the ball, great shot, that's racing away.
There was minimal follow-through, just great timing to punch it through the field for 4.
Yep.
Onto the front foot, super shot, should be 4.
It was just a little bit too full, and it was beautifully timed.
Wait.
Doesn't beat the infield.
No runs on that occasion, got into position nicely, just too early on the shot, couldn't find a gap.
Beaten on the drive.
Beautiful slower delivery, just hitting air on that one, that was just too good.
Yep.
It mightn't get to the boundary, should at least get a couple.
Keeper.
The Super Kings weren't given much of an opportunity, a very tidy over.
For 2.
The right armour is coming on to bowl from the south end.
The captain bringing in the field here, trying to prevent the strike rotating.
Narine from the south end. Can't get that outside the ring field. Wow, that's missed the lot.
Nice bowling.
Well, they never really got in the right position for the drive for that one. A bit of a loose shot in my reckoning.
Super shot that.
Found the gap with ease. Wasn't the worst ball you'll see, but it still raced to the rope.
Getting nicely settled at the crease now. Would have been really happy with that last shot.
Wait.
Just threw the shot too early.
Yes.
Strokes it languidly away to the fence. A lovely shot.
Nearly got through them. Just got onto it in time with enough bat speed to pick up 4.
8 runs added there. The Super Kings are 37 for 2. The left-arm pace bowler is coming into the attack from the north end.
Yep.
There'll be runs here.
Yes.
4 runs, square of the wicket. Excellent shot.
Showed good composure to wait on that slower ball and then find room to get the 4 runs. Just a fantastic shot. Worked it onto the leg side and got some easy runs.
Wait! Yep.
Does very well to get quickly across to that one. Could that be out? Looks so.
A great innings coming to an end. Brilliant scoring. It was a very entertaining performance, but has to head back to the pavilion.
3 for 3. The new batsman heading out to the crease at number 4
Waiting.
for the
Yep.
Chennai Carvers.
Unable to get the scoreboard moving.
6 runs added in that over. The Super Kings are 43 for 3. The captain now has 3 more fielders to work with outside the circle.
The captain's going to change things around in the field. Short and wide, did well to get some bat on that. Narayan with a superb delivery. Got them trying to drive, but messing everything up.
Waiting.
Misses out there on the short and wide one.
Yep.
Great shot. Placement exquisite.
Well, it was hammered away, timed perfectly and placed into the gap.
It can be very disheartening seeing good deliveries smacked around. Sometimes you just got to accept it and move on.
I, for one, reckon that second run was on, but clearly the batters knew better.
Yep.
Nice shot. Runs possible.
And they're away and nicely off the mark.
7 runs added in that over. The Super Kings are 50 for 3.
Yep.
Middle that one. Great timing.
You can't fault the bowling. Sometimes your opponent is just too good. Wonderful front foot shot, and there was absolutely no point in chasing that.
The last one helped the scoring rate, making their intentions clear.
This is a good field, I think. Not too aggressive, but not overly defensive either.
Waiting.
Straight to the fielder.
Wait. Yep.
Great shot. At least one on offer.
Yep.
Massive edge. Let's see if they can get the ball up into the slot like before. So crucial to follow up that last delivery and keep the batter under pressure.
Wait, up. Bala.
Waiting.
Finds the fielder with that shot. End of the over. 11 runs coming from it. The Super Kings are 61 for 3.
Yeah.
Got forward and was able to drive the ball. Lovely shot and good running.
Wait.
A little late on that, no runs scored.
Yep. Keeper. Yep, yep.
Gone. It's a good catch.
It's another wicket, the 4th. Sometimes you just have to accept that you couldn't do anything about a delivery.
Coming to the wicket, they'll be looking to play within the V early and expand as they get settled. Collects that one, simple as you like, inside the ring.
Just threw the shot too early.
4 runs added there. The Super Kings are 65 for 4.
Yep.
Ease through the field. There'll be runs here.
Bala.
There'll be 1 run here for them.
Decisive running might have got them 2. Looking back at it, I'd say they'd have made it easily. So in the end, poor running. Good running. It needed to be as well. Probably closer than they expected.
Yep.
Really good shot there.
Opened the face of the bat to find the gap, deliberately so, and managed 4 runs.
Yep.
Great shot. Great timing.
The fielder could only pick that up off the boundary rope, punched that away through the covers with exquisite timing.
Waiting.
A brilliant over for the batting side. Not so for the bowlers. The right armour is coming into the attack from the south end. Good shot. A beauty.
Good return, back from the deep. Exquisitely done on the front foot. A gorgeous looking drive. Could have been worth more.
Misses everything.
Nice ball.
That's wild. Nothing elegant about that shot. Just not timing it at all. It's poor play.
Wait.
Cuts that off well in the infield.
Just can't seem to get the ball away. That's the third dot.
Yep.
Goes up and over for 6. That's the positive option.
That ball has been hit. It's flown into the crowd. To get that much power coming forward on the front foot is ridiculous.
Great shot through the gap. A couple on offer here. End of the over, 10 runs coming from it. The Super Kings are 87 for 4. The right-arm medium bowler is coming into the attack from the north end.
Wait on.
Good piece of fielding to stop some runs.
Yep.
It was just a little bit wide. Well picked up and let the ball do all the work, really, to push it down towards third man.
Yep, yep.
Great shot.
It was full and good night. Hit it well to pick up 4.
Don't need to do anything special. Line and length is the key.
Waiting.
It was a nice looking shot, full and in the slot, just couldn't find the gap.
Yep.
Exactly where you want your fielders to throw as a wicketkeeper, right over the top of the stumps. That's what happens if you stray a little down the leg side. It's too easy just to glance the ball off the pads and take the easy runs. A little late on that. No runs scored.
End of the over, 8 off it. The Super Kings are 95 for 4.
Wait.
Couldn't get it through the field.
Yep.
They'll get at least 1.
Yep.
Well placed, should get a single.
How's that?
Huge appeal.
It's the sort of dismissal that sees the momentum swing back to the bowler. Gone, but not for many.
And with that wicket, we'll see a change out in the middle. Overton, whose first task is getting themselves settled.
A brilliant throw-in from the deep caps off what was a fabulous piece of fielding. And with that, they're off the mark.
That's the over. The Super Kings are 99 for 5.
Waiting.
Quick onto that in the infield.
A little late on that, no run scored. Overton shakes their head. It was there to be hit, but couldn't make the most of it.
Waiting.
Maybe they didn't pick it up. Very late on the shot.
Yep.
Great shot through the gap. Perfect timing.
Keeper, keeper.
Tucked it nicely into the gap. Pick up a single, rotate the strike.
Yep.
Got forward well and was able to drive the ball. A lovely shot and good running.
3 runs added in that over. The Super Kings are 102 for 5.
Yep.
Nicely played. Perfect timing.
Yeah, yep.
Perfectly timed.
I'm surprised they didn't go for a third. Would have been a very simple run.
Waiting.
That's just outrageous.
Really getting to the tail enders now. 6th wicket gone. There's not a lot left in this lineup.
Difficult period as they come to the wicket. They'll take plenty of time to set themselves up before facing their first ball. Strong appeal.
Yep. Waiting.
Easy catch. Didn't have to move, really.
Well, was that a lazy shot or a good piece of bowling? And the field was set and they fell for it. Out for a duck.
Doesn't beat the infield.
No runs on that occasion. Got into position nicely, just too early on the shot and couldn't find a gap.
End of the over. 5 runs coming from it. The Super Kings are 107 for 7. Ryan back on now.
Got it.
Got that away nicely.
Nothing really wrong with the delivery. Got onto the front foot and found the space to get that one to the boundary. Just threw the shot too early.
Loud shout.
No runs on that occasion. Got into position nicely, just too early on the shot. Couldn't find a gap.
Yep.
Edged. Unplayable. You can see how good this pitch can be for batting. You want the player coming forward, but it's a tight margin. Only a touch full and put away.
Well, there was a split second to decide which end to throw to. In the end, it was a poor choice.
Very quick out there, managing to stop it and preventing 4 runs. Another really good over comes to an end. The batters just haven't been able to cut loose in the last few overs. Johnson, the left-arm pace bowler, is coming on to bowl from the south end.
Yep, yep.
There'll be runs here. Drives and misses everything.
Tried to get the drive away, timed it poorly, lucky to survive.
Straight through the line of the ball, right out of the middle of the bat.
A little short on that occasion. Needs to adjust the length slightly to be just a little fuller. Too short on this pitch, and as we've seen already, it makes it very easy to score.
Onto the front foot and punched it nicely. Would have hoped to find the rope.
Nice bowling.
Well, look how close that was to off stump. The timing on the shot was poor and really didn't get close to the ball. Very lucky to get away with that.
Wait there.
Yep.
Great shot. At least one on offer.
Got forward and was able to drive the ball. Lovely shot and good running.
7 runs added there. The Super Kings are 132 for 8. Russell with the ball in hand again.
Into the attack.
Yeah.
It's getting to where this is becoming a problem. It's obvious it isn't out, but they appeal anyway.
Yep.
Edge! What a ball! Brilliant bowling. Having got the edge the previous ball, they now know the areas they need to be hitting.
Yep.
That's great fielding. That ball was flying.
I, for one, reckon that second run was on, but clearly the batters knew better.
There'll be 1 run here for them.
Yep.
They'll get at least 1.
Exquisitely down the front foot, a gorgeous looking drive. Could have been worth more.
A great over, and a good chance that's finally swung the match in their favour. It's a long way back now for the batters. Into the final over. Just too many runs needed to get victory, unless the bowling goes completely awry.
Some adjustments to the field.
Waiting.
Can't get that outside the ring field.
Ahmed shakes their head. It was there to be hit, but couldn't make the most of it.
Yep.
Out!
Yeah!
What a catch!
Another one goes off to the sheds. That's 9 down. Some good bowling finding this tail out. And it certainly feels like this is close to the finish.
Yep.
It mightn't get to the boundary, should at least get a couple.
Yep.
Nice shot, runs possible.
Hit bowler.
A change to the complexion of this match. Got to get the new batter coming forward early, encouraging them to drive and really attack the stumps.
Yeah.
Thick edge!
Keep
Very
up.
quick out there, managing to stop it and preventing 4 runs.
Immediately underway with some runs.
Let's see if they can get the ball up into the slot like before. So crucial to follow up that last delivery and keep the batter under pressure.
Yep.
Got forward well and was able to drive the ball. A lovely shot and good running.
5 runs added in the over. The Super Kings are 147 for 9.
That's the match. It looked like the required runs were too many to get in that final over, and so